star raids, 3s to 4s.
Hello, folks. How's it going?
Hello.
How's everyone
Welcome
doing?
back.
I'm an Eevee today.
Oh, what?
I'm an Eevee today.
Eevee today?
Yeah.
Feeling normal?
No. I literally, like, I'm not doing the hats that I normally have for us. I literally have Eevee Pokemon assets.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's something that I'm doing for October, where every single stream I do, I have different, like, costume assets. As if I'm, like...
That's cute.
I'm wearing a bunch of different Halloween costumes.
Right.
Yeah. How's it going, Shooty?
Open that up.
I hope you're doing good.
Hope everyone's having a good day.
Yes.
And at least a decent week. How's your week been?
Maybe let's not get into that. Because my week has not been great. But...
That's fair.
But I'm very much looking forward to the weekend. It's Canadian Thanksgiving. So...
Oh, that's cool.
I'm spending Saturday with the captain's family, and then Sunday with my family. Well, I say I. Him and I.
Right. The two of you.
Apple, did you remember to take care of yourself? I think so. I think I did.
But we are prepping for the Elite Four, correct?
We are.
And we do get an encounter.
We do. Which I really don't know what to get.
I'm just going for another ice type just because I want. We're trying to find an ice type still.
I don't remember what I tried to get last time. I think I went for water last time because I actually have very little water in my boxes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, because we got granola.
Yeah.
Which, Alola Mola. While it is a pure water type, it's not very good.
Yeah, it's not great.
So, I wouldn't mind
Something better.
trying to get yet another water type.
I mean, might as well.
We also never decided, are we doing the thing where we're allowing ourselves to swap out our team mid Elite Four?
Mid Elite Four?
Because in normal games, you, like...
You can't.
Yeah.
I feel like, out of principle, we shouldn't.
I agree.
Just like, because of the fact that, yeah, it's the Elite Four. I don't necessarily remember if it takes away the ability to do it anyway.
I honestly don't remember either. So for all we know, we're, like... We're talking about it, but might not even be allowed to do it.
Right. That's the thing. So hopefully we shall see. But otherwise, yeah, we'll just refrain from doing that.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
I'm all lined up on an ice crystal.
Yeah, I'm heading to a water one right now.
Something good.
Picking up a bunch of tiny bamboo shoots along the way, apparently. So here's a fun thing, friends. My workplace didn't have power for, like...
Oh, yeah.
A somewhat decent chunk of today.
It's just like power went out?
Yeah, like, it's been kind of stormy here lately.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think my groceries are here, so I need to go grab those here in a second.
You don't want to let those sit out.
I'm making cookies tonight, so I
Ooh.
Instacarted groceries.
I might do that on Saturday because I might be joining a D&D game on Sunday.
Ah, hell yeah!
Yeah. My plan currently is a
Where the fuck is this water crystal?
Topaz Dragonborn Death Domain Cleric.
Aw, Death Domain is so cool. People don't play Death Domain enough. I really loved Death Domain when I played it.
I'm very into theming my builds, which is why I went Topaz Dragonborn, because it has necrotic breath.
Hell yeah. The gem dragons are also just cool.
Yeah, they're wicked as hell.
I got so excited when they got added.
Being able to fly and also telepathy is kind of busted.
Okay, I found a water crystal.
Sick. Ready?
Go. Is that a... I think mine's a Torkoal. Do one of us have a Torkoal?
I don't think so. Maybe.
I thought one of us had a Torkoal, but maybe I'm
Let
misremembering.
me check. I think I got a pinch urchin. No, I have never had a Torkoal.
Nor have I, so I might be misremembering.
We've definitely talked about Torkoals and whatnot because we've talked about things that deserve evolutions.
And also just fire types for a bit.
Yeah.
When we really needed them. Okay, well I'm gonna grab my groceries, but I'm not upset about a Torkoal. I like Torkoal.
Do that, yeah. I'll see how a pinch urchin works.
I have never used pinch urchin. I honestly have no idea. Okay, anyways.
We shall see.
I'll be right back.
Go for it. I mean, push comes to shove, it's at least a water type, I believe. Water poison, I think. Does it evolve? I don't think I've ever seen the evolved pinch urchins. Oh, it's an electric type. Is it water electric?
Okay, I'm back.
Does pinch urchin evolve?
Pinch urchin does not. We both got Pokemon who do not evolve.
Really?
Yeah. Water Terra Torkoal is so weird. It's kind of cool when you got like, you know, a Terra type.
That's totally opposite.
Yeah. But it's also just like, I don't know if you'll have anything that can benefit from this Terra type.
Right. Nah, I don't think there's gonna be no move. I mean, you could still, you'd lose your stab damage, but as like a last-ditch effort, if you're up against something that's gonna totally mess you up,
Yeah.
just hot swap into a different typing. Oh, Pinchurchin's just electric. Really?
Yeah.
Alright.
Why are we clip shouting out myself?
Why indeed?
Normal shout me out, sure, but why clip shout out?
I heard you like apple seed, so we put more apple seed in your apple seed.
It looks so good.
Oh, you can't normal shout me out? I thought you could. Alright.
Kudo, the hair is doing it for me, I gotta say.
All my clips are so freaking long, though. This is from Pokemon Smash or Pass with Fiona, too. This is an old clip.
So hear me out. Torchin.
Torchin, I like that. I still need to catch mine, but
Is it a 4-star?
yeah, mine's a 4-star.
Ah.
And you know, I couldn't see my screen for a while because there was a big clip shout out in the way.
Oh,
Thanks,
no.
Arknon. I mean, it was fine. All I was doing was spamming discharge over and over again. But,
I mean, hey, it works.
yep.
Yeah, we're gonna send you to the box, but
Jesus, I hate how much fucking time goes down
when you die,
when you faint.
yeah, and the fact that they don't do anything while you're reviving.
Yeah. It's like, bruh. This Torko's got
can.
yawned, so it's just putting me to sleep.
Oh yeah. I think that's the biggest reason I hated Flannery's gym so much, was because she would yawn me to sleep and then overheat. Or overheat then yawn.
Yeah, like, I think I'm gonna lose this just because I'm getting yawned so much.
Alright. That's a re-roll if you lose.
Yeah, I know.
I'll release Torchin.
Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to give up. Shit. Well,
Oof.
I was like 95% sure I was gonna lose anyways. Are we counting
Alright.
that as a loss, or?
I feel like we're gonna count that as a loss. Yeah, I'm looking at the time versus,
There was no way.
there was no way.
So are we re-encountering then?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. And once again, if we die in these raids, that doesn't count.
If you die in these raids, you die in real life.
Is there really only one other ice? Okay.
Yeah, my other water ones are both in areas that are bitches to navigate to.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what? We're going to a grass one instead.
I'm just on the mountain. All I gotta do is fly down.
Also, I already said to aimless folks, but I'll say it to chat as well. Both of our chats. Apologies if I'm coughing a whole bunch. I'm pretty sure I'm coming down with a cold. You know, I work with preschoolers now. It's flu season. And, you know, the 2-year-olds I work with aren't exactly the best at covering their coughs and
Just
shit like
generally
that.
not spreading disease.
yeah. Yeah, they're not the best at hygiene. That's the best way to describe it.
Sounds pretty apt.
Bless them, though. They're very sweet kids. I was
Okay.
leaving work yesterday, and one of them said bye to me. Like, it's at 5:30. All the kids go all into one room, or not 5:30, at 5 o'clock, because at that point most of the kids have gone home.
Uh-huh.
So, this kid, from the, like, few feet walk from where he was standing to the door to go into the other room when I was leaving work, he said bye to me, I want to say, like, 7 times. It was very sweet. It was just like, bye, 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 bye.
Yeah, I get that.
It's like, that's adorable. Ugh. Guess I'll just go through Medalli. That's probably easier.
Easier to just go through it rather than try to go around it.
Yeah. Sounds like a normal phone call to me. I don't talk on the phone, so I wouldn't know.
Ew, phone calls.
Yeah, exactly! That's where I'm at. I would much rather go back and forth in, like, a text chain or email than ever once talk on the phone with someone.
What am I supposed to do? Use this device for its intended purpose?
Yeah, basically. When I was, like, sick with my tonsillitis, which, you know, makes it very difficult to talk, might I remind you. The only clinics in my area, and this was before I was living with the captain, so before I had access to, like, you know, someone who
Other
could
people?
reasonably drive me around. Should I need? Like, all the clinics in my area there were tons of walking clinics, but all of them were like, hey, if you're experiencing any COVID symptoms, like, you have to call us. You can't come in. And I'm like, I know exactly what's going on. Like, I can feel the tonsil stones. I know I have tonsillitis.
Right.
And the one that I ended up going to was like, sorry, still can't let you in. So they wanted me to call and explain on the phone while I'm struggling to speak. And already I just hate talking on the phone. It gives me horrible anxiety.
Yeah.
But they wanted me to explain that I had tonsillitis.
Damn.
It was basically
like,
just...
hey, I can't talk.
Yeah, it was basically just me croaking out, like, tonsil stones, tonsillitis, help.
Help.
Like...
Help. Please.
Okay, I found a different crystal.
Alright.
Did you have a Kamala at all?
I don't think so. Did we ever have a Flamigo?
No, actually.
Alright, well, I might be grabbing a Flamigo.
And I've got a Kamala.
Oh. Yeah, nope. Alright, let's try this 4-star Flamigo.
Wow, you cringy adults. I just fucking hate talking on the phone. What's wrong with that? I think it sucks.
Heck, if anything, that's like a... that's more of like a millennial thing, just hating talking on the phone.
Hello! Yeah, no, I was talking with my therapist about it, because I remember, like, very early on in our appointments, she was like, if you ever need, like, you know, of course, you're welcome to come in person. I'm happy for that, but, like, I also do Zoom appointments, or we could do just phone call appointments. And I'm like, Zoom? Maybe. Phone call, never. I would rather die than do that. She was like, you know, that's fair. She understood, and it was nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine, especially therapists probably get a lot of that.
Yeah. I've only ever done a Zoom appointment with her once, and that was, it was the first day I was, like, leaving Lucky alone for the whole day. It was the weekend after I got him. And it was like, I'm already away from him all day, I'm worried how he's gonna be. And I was supposed to have an appointment that night, and I'm like, I don't want to cancel it, but... So, we just did a Zoom appointment, that way I could still, like, be in the same vicinity as him, but...
Yeah.
And it was very cute, because he was, like, crawling all around me.
Is Flamigo purely fighting type?
No, it's fighting flying.
Okay. Oh, it's fighting flying, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was a water type for some reason.
I mean, it's, you can find it, like, at the beginning in the area with, like, near the water with a bunch of the other water types, so that might be part of it.
It might just be because it's a flamingo and you almost always see them, like, standing in water.
Yeah, that's fair. Apple gobbo! Me being unsupervised. Perhaps I will enter this chemical plant thing. That looks really cool, and I want to drink all the funny liquids he produces. Maybe don't.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a great idea.
I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life, but I am gonna suggest that maybe, just maybe, that's not a great idea.
Perhaps don't.
Appleseed, DACA no, DACA yes. That's another clip of mine somewhere. It's talking about Starmie and me wanting to smash Starmie, and someone in chat is like, no apple, no. And Fiona, the tavern goblin who I was doing it with, was like, yes, apple, yes!
I can see it. I can see why.
It spins. That's all I'm gonna say. It spins. That's all I need.
You stick something on the front of it and then let it rip. Big red, let it rip.
Fuck, that nearly made me spit out my drink. I caught the Komala, by the way.
I did too. I forgot the Flamigo.
It's either Flamala,
I think Comigo.
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 Comigo. And now we actually begin the grinding.
Send to box. That kind of counts. I got some candies from that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll take it. Take what I can get. Who knows?
What's-
Maybe it'll turn out to be decent.
What's the level we want to get to?
63, I believe, is Gita's ace cap.
Jesus, okay. Got a while to
So,
go.
Yeah, like 5 levels for every Mon.
DACA
Minimum.
commits tax evasion. You know, it's a great game. Turnip Boy commits tax evasion.
Activator.
I say that genuinely. I know that sounds like it might be a fucking meme, but actually no, that game's really fun. and super comedic. And I recommend it to anyone who just wants a fun, comedic indie game in their life.
Yes. A dark type cloister. Miss Mish is gonna punch it.
Punch it. Bop it.
Punch
Twist
the
it.
Pokemon
Oh
that
my-
look like a...
You know what indie game I've been obsessed with lately? And I'm playing it tomorrow on stream. Because I've been
What's
obsessed
that?
with it lately. Sticky Business.
Sticky business. Okay.
It's a game where you just make stickers.
Okay.
You just run a sticker shop. And you create really cute stickers. And apparently they have Twitch integration
Oh.
where people can like request your stickers and like send you letters in game.
Is it like a pixel art sort of simulator sort of thing?
Kind of. It's like they have a bunch of assets that you can kind of like throw together to make custom stickers.
Uh-huh.
So it's almost like you put stickers together to make a Franken sticker.
Oh, okay, so...
So you'll get like a cute frog face. And then you... Oh, I just found a wild Zora. That's cool. Sorry, he was like transformed in the wild, and I'm like, oh, neat.
Yeah, a Ditto did that to me.
So like, yeah, you get like a frog, and then you also get like a saxophone sticker, and you just put that saxophone right in his mouth, and now you got a frog playing the saxophone. And that's just a much cooler
Alright.
sticker. I don't know.
Cloister is fucking me up.
It's very simple and very cute, and I'm very
but what the-
obsessed with it.
That reminds me of, way back when, before, this is gonna make me sound like your typical casual, I played a lot of shooters when I was younger. My partner played a lot of Battlefield and Call of Duty.
Uh-huh.
And in those games, they had basically like an emblem maker.
Okay.
So they would give you, circles, squares, crescents, things like
Uh-huh.
that. Just a whole bunch of random shape assets
Yes.
that you could layer on top of each other and make some crazy looking designs.
I love that.
And I saw some of them like in the early days of our relationship. There were people who had made like full-on anime girls in their emblem with
I'm-
those just random shapes.
I'm obsessed with what people can
It's like-
do with such limited, like, shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Like, I remember when the
I'm not
Wii
waiting to-
really, like, when the Wii first came out and me making became, like, really big,
Oh yeah.
and people were just making the craziest Miis they could.
Oh yeah.
And now it's like, we've got the brand new Miitopia, like, wigs and shit.
Summon Hank Hill, Mr. X.
And it's like, this is just crazy. Like, it's so cool seeing what people can create. See, I'm not good at creating shit like that. I just like making stickers. And,
Oh, me neither.
and
I'm
my
totally
brain's been
like-
really bad lately, so it's just the perfect amount of, like, this game I don't have to stress about at all. All
No
I've got to
thought,
do
head empty.
is make stickers, and I can do that. It's great.
Just a real head empty game.
Anyways, friends, Sticky Business by Spell Garden Games. Really, really solid. from what I'm remembering, pretty cheap. I'm gonna double check the price now, but... Also, yes, that is a Apple Goblin Eevee that you see, Maxwell. And Daka, you were able to come up with a Pokemon for a fish out of water team. What you got? Lay it on me.
Are they all Magikarp?
Yeah, I don't know what it is USD, but Canadian, it's $12. So, buy yourself sticky business. Do yourselves a
Yeah,
favor.
it's probably like 12, 15 bucks, probably. I
Do
don't know
yourselves a
which is stronger
favor.
right now,
It's
but
great. I'm also hoping, because I'm doing all my Canadian Thanksgiving, like, stuff pre-Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
Like, actual Thanksgiving is on the Monday, and I just have that off. So I am hoping to do a stream then, and I kind of want to do, like, a cooking simulator stream, where we just...
Oh,
we make a Thanksgiving dinner.
cooking sim is fun.
Yeah, I haven't played Cooking Sim on stream in a hot minute. I
don't
love
think
Cooking
I ever-
Sim, actually.
Okay, I did play it a little bit, I think last year. And I stopped because... Not, like, stopped playing it on stream, but I stopped playing it for a bit. Because I got to a point where I couldn't figure out what a recipe actually wanted me to do. I think it was some, like, beet soup of some kind. Could never actually figure out what it wanted me to do.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I have a ton of fun with it.
Shooty, I'm gonna say because it's heavily edited, it's fine. Okay, so what's this team, Daka? Dragalge, Crabominable, Electros, Cloth, Stunfisk, and Pincurchin. It's fish Pokemon, but no water typing. I'm dying. Oh, so I never finished what I was saying about the power being off today.
Right.
But, yeah, so it's been, like, really stormy in my area lately. So, there was a power outage. I'm actually very thankful that it isn't hitting my home, because I live, like, a 25-minute walk away from my work. Like, I live down the same street and everything.
Yeah.
It's just one major street in this city that it goes for a while, so. But it's so weird because it's like, you don't realize how much shit like lights and music and stuff really affect children until that's just gone. It's like, it was so weirdly quiet was like all the children felt like they should be napping.
Uh-huh.
Because I work with 2-year-olds
Oh, yeah.
now. For those who don't know, I don't work with school agers anymore. But it was just like, it's not nap time. We already did that.
Why is it still dark?
Why is it still dark?
Yeah, to me that's just like generations of, you know, drills at school that we had to do where they'd shut off all the lights and have everybody either shuffle out and keep quiet or stay in one part of the room.
Yeah.
And like darkness equals quiet time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's generally true for like probably at home for younger children because that just means, hey, it's nap time or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. But it was
Time for
just,
bed.
it felt so... And there's only so much you can really do with them as well.
Right.
It's like, you know, there's enough light that they can play with the toys in the room and stuff, but... not enough that we can really do a whole lot of activities. We can't go outside because it's raining out. Yeah. Weird day. But if it's stormy tomorrow and the power's still off at work, I don't have to go in, so... part of
Hey,
me's
at least that's
kind of
nice.
hoping that it will be.
Yeah, we've had, I'm in an apartment, so we've had some, we've had a couple like outages,
Uh-huh.
just like rolling outages. It'll just quickly go off and then back on. Surges more like. Okay. Yeah, I'm to fight this. It's setting me up with some hard, 4-stars. A freaking Ampharos.
Damn.
Yeah. Oyster.
See, I encountered the one 4-star, and I just have not found any since.
Just hoping for more like 3s and easy 4s. Or easier 4s. Easier than a freaking Ampharos. That knows Powder Gem for some reason.
I mean, it can learn it pretty early on. Random tangent.
No, I was always... Huh?
Random tangent.
Uh-huh.
Have I told you about my idea for a name lock?
No. I don't know what that is.
Okay. So it's a Nuzlocke variant I created at 3 a.m.
Okay. I'm liking where this is going.
So that's how you know it's a great idea, right?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It was one of those, like, you have the idea in a dream, and you wake up, and you kind of have that feeling of, I need to write this down, but you also know that if you write down anything at that moment, it'll just be garbage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It was basically that.
One of those, like, half-lucid, vague ideas.
But I actually remembered it, and I still think it's not a bad idea for a Nuzlocke variant. So, you take your name, or any name, for that matter. But you are locked into only using Pokemon of those letters.
Okay.
So, if I'm
Interesting.
doing Appleseed, I can only use Pokemon that start with A, P, L, E, S, or D.
Okay.
You can use
Interesting.
the one equivalent, the one variant is it's basically the Nuzlocke, like, you know, if they faint, they die, you gotta name them all, that sort of thing. But you can use as many Pokemon of those letters as there are in whatever game you're playing.
Right.
It's just, you know, that's
So
the
if you
caveat.
had a Z in your name, you could potentially catch like 4 Zigzagoon. Okay, wait a minute. What if they evolve and no longer have that letter?
That's the thing that I'm unsure about. Or is it like, are you allowed to use something like... I'm
So
trying
like,
to...
say your name
Sorry.
Say your name has a Z in it, allowing you to catch a Zigzagoon. Catch and use a Zigzagoon. It evolves
Yeah.
into a Linee. You know you don't have an L in your name. Can you then not use the Pokemon?
I don't know. That's the whole thing I hadn't gotten into
Tricky
yet.
part?
And then there's also like, again, taking Zigzagoon line as a great example. Let's say you're doing Sword and Shield. You catch a Galarian Zigzagoon. You have an O in your name. So eventually that's gonna be Obstagoon. But that's the thing. Eventually.
Right.
Are
Don't
you
have to do something
allowed
special?
to use it till then?
Also, I mean, don't you have to do some special battle condition in order to
Oh,
evolve?
I don't fucking remember. Sword and Shield had so many of those stupid things. I don't
Oh,
keep
yeah.
track of each
I got
one.
lost after Search. I was like, alright, I'm done with this. Obstagoon.
63, you said, right?
At night. Yeah, 63.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just at night. Its only condition, it must be leveled up at night. So you could rare candy, or just general EXP candy, a Linoon up, into a Obstagoon at night.
Okay, so maybe that's a poor example, but let's say, Altaria. I'm saying that because I have it on my team right now. You
Right.
don't have an S in your name.
Mm-hmm.
You do have an A.
Right.
Are you allowed to use Swablu till it becomes Altaria? What?
I mean...
What?
What?
I just found a shiny!
What's happened?
I just found a shiny! Aimless, I found a shiny!
A Pog?
I found a wild shiny Dawn fan!
No cat?
This is
I
the
mean,
first
you-
wild shiny I found in this game!
You just go ahead and catch it. I mean, I ain't gonna stop you.
This is the first wild shiny I've found in Scarlet and Violet. I was complaining that everyone else I know has found one.
I've never found one.
Okay, well that makes
What
me
you
feel a
talking
little
about?
bit better until right now. But
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't, what? Then again, I don't shiny hunt, and I've never, like, actively looked. I've always hoped, but I've never looked.
yo! I'm so excited!
Catch that shit, then.
So what are we... Do you get to encounter something? Are we counting this? Are we using a shiny class?
Would that be... I could just grab this next random, I could just go into a raid right now and catch something.
Sure.
I feel like if it's a shiny in the game, you can at least catch it so that you can save it for other games if you want to just hold on to it.
I was gonna do that regardless of what our rating was. I know it's a Nuzlocke, but I don't give a fuck. A shiny's a shiny.
Yeah, shiny. I always do use shiny claws. I remember during, I think it was Shining Pearl, I found a random Bronzong. I'd already got an encounter there, and it was a shiny. I was like, wow, okay, we're just gonna catch that and hold on to it.
Yeah, when I did Emerald with Arcnon, he found a shiny. I don't know if it was a shiny Politoed or if he evolved it into a Politoed. I don't remember exactly, but it was like his first ever shiny too, which an Emerald is wild.
Right. You mentioned Emerald like that, and that immediately brings me to, I was also playing Emerald. I did 2 Nuzlockes of that. The first one I failed. Both of them. The moment I entered the cave in Dewford City, the first thing I encounter, shiny Aeron.
Oh, damn!
On both runs. So, I was pretty like, what the hell? Is this just scripted into this save?
Okay, well...
Which it very well could have been.
I did catch the Dawn fan. I don't know if you do plan on catching something.
I'll just go to a random raid and see what I get.
Okay. I'll wait to name it then.
Let's go flying. This one. That looks it'll be good. I don't want to do the normal one. I want to do the flying one. Normal's boring. Plus, I don't have many flying types.
No, I'm so freaking happy.
I have 0 flying types, actually.
You have 0 flying types? What?
I still have 0 flying types. It's a Bronzor.
I have so many. I have so many flying types. Donzor. Bronfan.
Brawn fan.
Bronfan.
He's a fan of brawny men.
I mean, I was gonna spell it like Bronus and Bronzong, but...
Yeah, I can take this thing. It's just a 3-star.
I'm gonna call him Bronfan.
I will call you Brawn fan.
Oh, I love him! Oh, I'm so happy!
I did.
Fuck me.
I did have my own, my own idea that I wanted to do at one point, which was an escort lock, which for the terms of the Nuzlocke was the very first Pokemon you catch has to stay in your party throughout the entire lock. Not your starter, but the first Pokemon you catch.
Damn.
Not allowed to leave your party, and if it dies, it's game over. What? Bronzong's actually pretty alright. Bron
yeah.
fan.
Every single raid I'm finding is 2 stars. What the fuck?
Clink, clink.
I'm actually a big fan of Clink.
Clink, clang.
Cling
I
Clang.
don't remember. Is that really the final evolution's name?
Yeah, it's Clink Clang and Cling Clang.
Wow. I mean... Yeah.
Look,
Ron,
some Pokemon names are great. Others are shit like Seal. You know, the Seal.
Yeah, actually, you know what? That was Generation 1. Yeah. They've been making pretty lazy names since Gen 1, so I'm not gonna fight them on that. Ekans, Arbok, just Snake and Cobra backwards.
Yep.
Sup, Braun fan? I'm still a big proponent of the Abracadabra Alakazam line. That's the most brilliant naming ever.
I love it, to be honest.
Because already they sound like nonsense words. So easy to put into a Pokemon form. You know what I was always envious of?
Mm-hmm.
People who could do, you remember those, like, boys skateboards, tech decks?
Yes.
I was always really envious of people who could do that really well. People who just had the finger dexterity to, like, slide them across tables and grind them and actually perform real tricks.
I just don't have dexterity.
Me neither.
Here he is.
So I was like, wow.
I know it sounds a little narcissistic, but I do think if I were to stat myself, my best stat would be charisma. I mean, obviously not Appleseed.
Right.
She's a druid. She needs wisdom, but... Although I have to say, one of my favorite things that is mentioned in the DMG that I feel like not enough people utilize, when it could be really interesting depending on the character, is the fact that, like, hey, a casting stat, if it's cool with your DM, doesn't have to be that stat.
Oh yeah. I played in a game, not for many sessions, just for like 2 or 3 sessions. Because the group kind of fell apart after COVID hit.
As
And it was already
happens.
kind of like falling apart because of how many people there were. But they had a homebrew race that their whole thing was about they get to pick their casting class. Or their casting stat.
Interesting. Yeah, like, I've just had players who, for the purposes of their character, it made more sense. Like,
I can imagine like a charisma casting cleric.
yeah, like, I had, one player who was playing a warlock, and their main thing was, like, you know, I honestly don't remember what type of warlock it was. But he was all about, like, collecting knowledge and was, like, an old, essentially, like, exiled professor
Uh-huh.
from the region's, like, greatest magic city. And,
Right.
yeah, so, like, you know, charisma didn't make a lot of sense, but something like intelligence made perfect sense.
I mean, yeah. if a player asked me for something like that and they presented me a reason that sounded good, yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just cool. Like,
As long as they're not trying to, like, I guess, strength cast as a barbarian or something like that.
yeah. What do you mean my rippling muscles can't cast spells?
Watch this. Throws a pan, cast iron.
Fuck.
I'll be honest, I stole that from a meme, but yeah. Let's go up here. Why not? I got some bugworms over here I can fight. Hey, you still have a Noibat that we were like, oh, that would be great if we could ever level it up.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, he still would be.
He still would be. Unfortunately, he's paired up with a Seviper.
Yeah.
So,
Survivor's not bad, it's just not
not great. Yeah. Oh, what did I run into?
Die, Noibat. Perish.
Then perish. I don't remember. I was looking it up, different methods of like trying to evolve things when it comes to using cough cough other software for doing Nuzlocks and things like that.
Yeah, you're perfectly legal DS. Go on.
Yes. I mean, I own this game, so it's matter. But because I caught a Seadra in my randomized Nuzlocke, like, oh, Kingdra would be dope. Until I realized that's a trade evolution.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Which I totally didn't know until that moment. I was like, wait a minute, what? Kingdra's a trade?
Yeah.
So I was looking all over for like action replay codes that might change that, but sadly there are none. You can't force evolution in any of those games.
I know, anyone looking to do randomized stuff, the Universal Pokemon Randomizer, the one that most people use,
Uh-huh.
does have an option to change impossible evolutions.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, which just makes every, like, trade Pokemon be, like, a certain level. If they...
It makes... Assuming one that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I imagine it would still be, like, a high level, but...
Right. I can see like level 42 or something for like a Machamp or a Gengar.
Yeah, I know they have, like, a list, but... Oh, fuck. I didn't want to click that.
I have to check to see if that's the one that I use. I don't know if it is.
No, it's really nice in that regard.
I did discover how, as not true to the spirit of the game as it may be, how unimaginably helpful EXP cheat codes are in a Nuzlocke.
Yeah.
Especially a randomized one where I'm running into stuff that's like level 7 almost everywhere. And I just, oh gosh, so much grinding back in those old games.
Mm-hmm.
When they didn't give you an EXP share for every Pokemon.
Yeah, people like, there's still people that complain about the EXP to all. And
I don't
know, I'll concede that they shouldn't have gotten rid of the option to turn it off. I think that's kind of dumb,
Right.
but
yeah, you should be able to have it as a switch off, switch on option. That's still, oh my gosh, isn't it helpful?
yep. I want to at some point soon. Probably really soon because he's actually on holidays coming up here really soon. He took 2 weeks off with the intention of me also taking time off, but then I got a new job and everything. But the captain has never done a Nuzlocke.
Mm-hmm.
And I only discovered this recently. So now I'm like, naturally I need to drag his ass on stream, and we need to do a Nuzlocke.
Right.
And I don't think we'll do a Soul Link. I think I literally just want to, like, set him in front of the game.
Coach him during a Nuzlocke.
And kind of be coach, moral support, backseater.
Uh-huh.
But I'm, like, struggling to decide what game we should do it in. His favorite Pokemon game of all time is, like, he's a Gen 2 boy.
Okay.
Like, Johto are his shit.
I mean, you could go Soul Silver or...
Well, that's just it. He's never actually played Soul Silver, Heart Gold. Just OG Gen 2. He has not
I've been
played,
seeing that
like,
glow.
any Pokemon game aside from, like, Gen 3.
That globe could be nice then.
Yeah. But there's also the part of me
Okay.
that's like, oh, just put him
Oh.
in front of something he's completely unfamiliar with, because that'll be more chaotic.
Oh yeah, throw him into like Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Give him the hard one right out of the gate.
Here you go, here's Black 2, White 2. Enjoy!
God. Is that one notoriously hard? Because I've been doing that one
It's
and
pretty
I kinda
hard,
lost
yeah.
morale. I kind of lost morale for that one. The ace trainers mess you up.
Yeah. No.
They do not hold back.
Platinum, I think, is widely considered the hardest game to Nuzlocke.
Understandable.
Just normally. I'm not talking randomized or anything, because obviously that
Right.
completely changes things. I'm just talking normal Nuzlocks.
I don't want to randomize Platinum now.
But I think Black 2, White 2 is a very close second.
That's fair. I'd say all the like Diamond, Pearl, Platinum series. Those are generally wildly agreed upon as being some of the most difficult,
Yeah.
especially considering the freaking champion. Cynthia specifically is brutal.
Oh, Cynthia's a bitch. If you're not prepared for Cynthia, Cynthia's rough.
Wipes the floor with you. It's almost unfair the stuff she brings to the table sometimes. Especially in the new version, where they made her, they gave a lot of her Pokemon held items.
Yeah. Yeah, they gave them held items and also, like,
new moves.
Just in general, made them like really fucked. Like they've got solid EVs and everything.
Oh yeah. The stats on all of her stuff is just monstrous.
It's like legitimate competitive move sets.
Oh yeah. She's setting up to kick your ass.
Yep.
I will say though, the whole champion system is something that I like that they finally kind of discussed in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the previous games, it's always been like, oh, you beat the champion, you're the champion now, but you get to go home for some reason. And in other games, like in the early games, it was always your rival who would become the champion before you, and then you had to beat them, and then they would just be the champion.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, so I don't have to stay here and fight everybody that comes across? Sun and Moon kind of did it too, where you could just come back and defend your title since you were the first champion.
Yeah, which I really loved.
Oh yeah. Every time you went through the Elite Four, just get a different person, be it like the professor or some random guy from a whole nother region.
I remember there was like a little kid.
Yeah, there was a little kid, some guy dressed in like red.
Yeah. How?
Yeah, how, the professor, I think even, what's the hot professor in that game's name? I forget what her name was.
Like the professor's hot wife?
Yes, I think she, no. No, that's right. Never mind, I'm remembering different. I'm remembering Sword and Shield's professor. I was confused.
Now I'm looking this up.
With the potential challengers.
Yeah. Oh, Guzma?
Guzma, yeah, you can fight Guzma. Is it Guzma?
I don't know.
Is that how you pronounce his name?
I have no idea.
I always said Guzma.
I think it's Guzma.
Because he's a goon.
Gladian.
Uh-huh.
Plumeria, who's like the hot girl leader of Team Skull.
Oh yeah, I liked her. I
Yeah.
like Team Skull in general.
Team Skull still to this day remains like my favorite team.
Oh yeah, best team.
I
I
think
have a I think I have a Guzma jacket.
I think they were given the best like development. Like going I remember going to Po Town for the first time
Uh-huh.
and like just finding this dreary ass place and having one of the like skull grunts like rap to you of like I don't remember what the full rant is, but there's the line of can't pay the rent because our youth was misspent.
Damn.
And I'm like, damn, that's actually kind of powerful and says something about like, oh yeah, maybe we should
Why are these guys making sense?
maybe we should like give more programs to youth so they're not just getting into trouble and like fuck. I don't know. I think that also spoke to me just as a teacher
Right.
as well. But
I just thought they were silly.
oh, that too.
Like,
No, I
these
love their
guys are
vibes.
they're just a bunch of guys hanging out.
Yeah, no, they're just again. They're vibing.
I think that's part of why I also I'm not gonna say I like their design all that much, but I kind of like Team Yell.
I think Team Yell is probably a lesser version.
Oh yeah, it's definitely less, but like I still get their commitment and passion.
That's fair, that's fair.
Like they are meant to embody, you know, the annoying football fans in Europe.
Yeah, see, I don't know what a football is. So
Yeah, European football.
yeah, I know. I
Yeah, you're Canadian. Sorry, I forget.
it's not even that. I sports.
Oh yeah, I get that. Sport ball.
The only sport I know anything about is hockey, and that's entirely against my will.
Just circumstance based.
Well, my dad managed a hockey team in my hometown.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah, that makes sense then.
our local hockey team for like many years. So growing up, like a lot of my childhood was I
Talking
needed
about
to go to
hockey.
well, I needed to go to hockey games and stuff.
To see your dad's team play.
It wasn't even that. It was just like, you know, my mom would be working and
Oh, okay.
my sister at the time wasn't old enough to babysit.
Just so they could keep an eye on you.
Yeah. But it wasn't really keeping an eye on me because he would actually watch the game and I'd just be kind of allowed to roam free amongst the hockey arena.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally he'd give me money and I could buy chicken fingers. It wasn't bad.
That's some chicken finger.
But
That sounds like me hanging around the pool after school back when I lived with my mom.
and then like as I got older, it was a nice cheap way to make some like extra cash. It was kind of like a not quite chores thing for my dad. Where it was just like, oh, you know, if you clean around the hockey arena, I'll give you some extra cash, or if you want to sell cotton candy to kids, you can keep whatever earnings you get.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck it, sure.
Why not?
So yeah, not voluntary at all.
Fair enough.
Just because I was young and wanted money. Or couldn't stay home alone.
Yeah, I had kind of a similar experience back when my dad used to run a jewelry business.
Okay.
It didn't last very long because he started it during, I think it was 2008, right when our economy crashed.
Oh no!
Yeah, so it was a bad time to start a business, worst time to start a jewelry business. But basically, he would pick me up from school and then take me to his shop where I would sit in the front room and mess around with like clay or play on the Nintendo 64. That he had hook up to just a small TV that was in that little reception room of the shop. And occasionally he'd pay me to like shred phone books to
Okay.
use as packing material,
Yeah.
or sweep up or vacuum up around the shop, things like that.
So similar.
Oh yeah. They had like a mini fridge where they'd keep like a can of soup that I could have if I got hungry.
Yeah, as like I got older too,
Mm-hmm.
and there started being like take your kid to work day type stuff. All my mom's work was confidential.
Right.
It's nothing cool. She just works as an accountant. So it was stuff
Right.
about
I
like
was
people's.
like, does your mom work for the government?
No. It was. She's an accountant. It was people's bank information.
Right.
It's nothing.
I can see
It's
why
nothing
that
that
would be
cool.
confidential. That badass.
I mean, it would have been pretty dope for childhood me to know like what my teachers got paid,
Yeah.
but because she works
I
for
know
like.
how much money you make in a year.
Well, she specifically works for like the school division.
Mm-hmm.
So, but alas, so yeah, it was like anytime we had something like that, I needed to go with my dad.
Yeah, straight up just couldn't take it because they were literally discussing important financial business.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, that's fair, but it made for a very boring day for me.
Yeah.
Because I did not give two shits about hockey.
Yeah, that's understandable. I think if there was any sport I would have actually given two shits about, it would have been fencing.
Oh my god, okay. Captain and I have literally had conversations. Because we're both so very not sportsy people.
Right.
Like, I'm just not a physical activity person. He at least will, like, work out and stuff. But I'm just like, ew.
I definitely am not, even though I've been trying to go on runs more often.
I'll do walks and runs. That's about the extent of what I'll do.
Right.
But we've literally talked about the fact that, you know, once we're future parents, of course we'll love our kids no matter what. But we genuinely don't know if we could even pretend to enjoy going to any sort of sports stuff unless it was something cool like fencing.
Right.
If they want to do fencing, if they want to like do dance, gymnastics, karate, stuff like that,
Yeah.
we'll be all for.
I know my partner's siblings are reaching like the higher belt levels at their taekwondo class. Like, yeah. I'd watch a taekwondo tournament.
Yeah, see,
Sounds like fun.
that's cool. I'll be
Or, like-
supportive of that.
I saw at a convention a kendo demonstration. I'm like, that actually looks interesting. I'd like to watch that.
I never
Anything where
I never really got to attend any of the games. But my old university had a Quidditch team
okay.
for basically like from what I gathered, it was something like floor hockey meets
Right.
like some of the easier to do Harry Potter aspects of it.
Right.
I don't really know how it worked, but I always thought it'd be kind of cool.
It just kind of worked.
Yeah.
That definitely sounds interesting. That sounds like a gimmick thing that they might have done for a couple years and then dropped.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yes. Wow.
This was also pre, J.K. Rowling.
Right.
Turf.
She's a horrible person.
Yeah, so, not sure how much that club is thriving now.
Pre-cancelled Harry Potter.
But I don't know. I've said to people, it's fine to acknowledge the fact that Harry Potter played a big role in your lives, and that's understandable. Because I think
Potter,
it did
decent
for a lot of
literature.
people, but
Yeah. Harry Potter, decent literature. J.K. Rowling, terrible person.
yeah. A lot of people, I think, bring up the fact that, a lot of shit in Harry Potter was also, inherently racist. Like some of the names.
I wouldn't be surprised. Based on a lot of the terminal, it's fairly. I've never read the books. I've only ever seen the movies. So undoubtedly, it's toned down and very, subtly hidden from what the original book content was. They might have changed a few things to be okay, this is very not so subtly racist. Let's change this a little bit.
Can you Parish Song a terror raid?
I don't think so. I feel like that would be broken if you could. And I feel like that'd be broken if you could. You could certainly try.
I'm just trying to think how to beat this.
The good
normal
old
type.
dreaded DM response, you can certainly try.
I use it constantly.
Yeah.
Now I'll just try and beat it up with Starco. But I don't know. I think it's just important to note that there's lots of good things that are made by really shitty people. And it's fine to enjoy the thing. If you want to. Not so fine to enjoy the person.
Right. Yeah, I'm fine with people I'm not gonna judge anybody who likes it. I don't care. So long as they also acknowledge that J.K. Rowling is not a good person.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a big part of why I was even though I'm not a fan of the series in general, it's just not for me. The amount of people who were just going crazy about streamers playing the Hogwarts Legacy or whatever it was.
I always held the opinion of, yeah, I personally am not going to play it because I don't want to support something that was made by a turf. However, again, a lot of people have huge childhood nostalgia towards Harry Potter. I think there's ways to play it and enjoy it, and also be like, hey, by the way, this was made by a turf, and people should be aware of that. I don't know. Shit's complicated.
It is. It's just. It's the particular reason why I try to keep away from any drama online. That's just the best way to avoid stuff like that.
Fair enough.
Play it safe.
That's why I play my cute little indie games, and you know, where the biggest
I'll just
issues
be
we
able
have
to
to
hear.
worry about is the fact that Unity CEO is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And
I'm
he-
pretty sure they rolled that back already.
Oh, they did. Oh, they did.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Uh-huh.
fully convinced it was, like, you know, companies
Oh.
like the Pokemon Company,
Mhm.
like Disney, because I think Disney Dreamlight Valley is also Unity.
Mm-hmm.
If not that, then Marvel Snap, I know for sure is.
Oh, yeah.
So companies like that being like, really? Really? You really
you-
think this is a good
you're
idea?
gonna do this?
I'm gonna
Alright.
I'm gonna give you a second to reconsider.
I'll give you 1 week to roll that back before I call my lawyers.
Basically.
But it's almost hilarious how we can't go a week without some sort of company controversy because Wizards of the Coast just pulled some stupid shit again.
Oh dear God, of course they did.
They're breaking away from a specific, like, I think it was like Penguin, that sort of publishing company
Okay.
that distributes to major bookstores.
Oh. Oh, like the Oh, okay. Sorry. Yes, the Penguin publisher.
Yes, I don't remember what the exact company is called, but
I think they're literally
Yeah.
just called Penguin.
they're just literally called that.
I'm pretty confident in that. Yeah, they do like a shit ton of publishing. I don't know why you would move away from them. Was there a good reason provided?
I don't know. Yeah, effective 12/31/23, Penguin Random House will no longer distribute Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, that fucking sucks. I don't know
Yeah.
who publishes them in Canada.
Don't. But yeah, making some big brain plays over there at Wizards.
That's Wizards of the Coast for you.
Unfortunately, I don't know if that's something that they can just roll back like the freaking OGL.
Dear God. That entire situation made me so mad.
Oh yes, it made a lot of people mad.
Yeah, I know
why
I'm
it
not
was
alone
funny.
in that, but
That's why it was fun to watch. Fun to watch them backpedal that. Be like, oh, we made a mistake. Yeah. We're listening, right?
it's the same way I feel about the Unity stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like, wow,
It's
way
funny
to
watching
just
them.
blatantly state without blatantly stating how much
It's-
you hate your audience.
It's funny because nowadays I don't think companies understand just how powerful social media has grown.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, they could change something like that under the radar, and people wouldn't really pay attention until after it was done.
Thank you for hanging out, Camelot. I will get myself more water here once this raid is done, and hydrate. But have a good night. You get some sleep.
Have a good night. Bye-bye. Have a beautiful time.
Have a beautiful time. Have a good sleepy. I still need to make cookies. The coworker that I'm kind of taking over her spot, she's going on maternity leave, and her last day is tomorrow. So even though I've only known this girl for like a week, there's like a great big potluck, and I feel bad not bringing something.
Right.
Especially because I'm kind of replacing her.
I mean, hey, good chance to show off.
Yeah. I mean,
make good impressions.
I've been saying to people, like, I'm decent enough at cooking, but I have been told my baking is excellent, so...
Right. If there was one, like, dish, like one thing that you could be really, really good at cooking, just absolutely amazing at it, what do you think, what would you want it to be?
Specifically cooking?
Yeah, specifically cooking. To do baking after. You could cook like one meal really well, or be really good with one specific type of ingredient.
I mean, I would really like to know how to make really good sushi.
That's fair.
Like, I love sushi. I spend way too much money on sushi. I've been wanting to try and make my own sushi. Like, buy a rolling mat and, like, ingredients and shit. So I would like to try and make legit sushi. And if I could learn to do that really well, I think that would be super cool.
I think they make like, I kind of want to say life hack kitchen tools for sushi.
They do, yes.
I've seen a lot of like those sushi bazookas.
Yeah, I
And
don't.
things like that.
I don't know how well any of those actually work, but
I've seen them work all right.
worth looking into, if nothing else.
Yeah.
However, sorry, you answer yours first before I move on to baking.
I think I'd be really. This is just because, like, I'm a huge fan of just meat in general. I think if I could be really, really awesome at cooking chicken in any way,
that's fair.
that'd be
That's
amazing.
fair.
Just like be really good at making fried chicken, homemade, protein in general. That's just me.
People talk about chicken being like a really easy protein.
It's not. I mean, yeah, you gotta get it up to you have to get it up to a specific temperature and not overcook it.
Well, that's just it. Like, yeah, it's easy to make chicken. But it's also easy to make not great chicken.
It's not easy to make good chicken.
Yes. Like,
Yeah, you do kind of have to know what you're doing.
there's been, I can only really say a handful of times, aside from like, you know, good restaurants, where I've had chicken and I've been like, damn, this is good chicken. That being said, I make really killer barbecue honey chicken wings.
Ooh. I've never done wings. I want to try wings. Try making wings at some point. But I'm just mostly because it's what I'm used to and what I've practiced the most with.
Yeah.
Pan frying is probably the easiest thing for me.
Yeah, no, pan frying is my typical.
Because I'm not allowed to have a grill. Because I live in an apartment.
Fucking bullshit. Same with us.
Oh, I probably could have a grill. I've seen other people at this complex with grills. I don't want to get one because I don't want it to get stolen.
There's a barbecue, like, in the back lane of our apartment, and I don't know whose it belongs to.
Ours has like a community pool area that has barbecues in it, and I'm just skeptical to go there because I don't know how often those are cleaned, and I don't really like the idea of cooking around a bunch of strangers.
That's fair. But to give my big lane answer in the baking department, I would love to be able to make it's interesting because it's kind of two answers, but it's the same thing.
Right.
So for me, I would like to be able to make banana muffins exactly the way my mom makes them. I have her recipe. They don't taste the same. I think because they're not made by her.
It's different.
It really do. Like something about just, something made by your parent. Especially something you grew up with.
Right, of course.
Like that was like my ultimate comfort food.
Like my mom's baked mac and cheese.
Yeah, like, I don't know, just shit like that.
Oh yeah.
And then also banana muffins exactly the way the captain's mom used to make them.
Oh, okay.
Because I also have her recipe. She passed like very shortly into us starting our relationship. And like, I've made them and he said like that they taste amazing and remind him of her, but I don't know, I think being able to make them the exact same way would mean a lot to him.
Right.
And just give me that extra connection to her. 'Cause I never really got the chance to know her. So that's the gay answer.
Yeah. I don't have anything specific like that. But I'd love to be able to make killer donuts. Just like good old-fashioned yeasted donuts.
That's fair. I'd like to be able to make bread. Like just a
Bread would be
solid loaf of bread.
awesome. Yeah. Just a real nice bread.
Ciabatta boy, if you're lurking at all, hit me up. Ciabatta's a friend of mine from Mythical Menagerie. He's a baker who makes just like the most amazing looking loaves of bread.
I've never actually tried bread. I don't have a great, I know you don't need one, but I don't have a great stand mixer.
Yeah.
I'd like one.
See, I do. I just never actually use it.
Never whip it out, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, every time I go to make something, I know I have the stand mixer, but then I just go and mix it by hand anyways. And then, like, after I'm done, I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this? I have a stand mixer. And then I just do that every single time.
Right. Yeah.
Ah! I ran into
The
a
one
window.
I have, I've made apple fritters with it before,
Classic.
and they turned out all right. But I'm still, gosh, I could really use like a good old, like one of those big ones.
I was tempted this year for Thanksgiving, although I don't have the time, with it being this weekend. to try and make like pumpkin pie for the first time.
Oh yeah.
I'm not very good at pie anything.
I make a pretty killer apple pie. I do it every year for at least Christmas.
I can make a lot of things really well. Pie has yet to be one of those things.
Come on, kill this thing already.
I can do... I'm planning on making, for the captain's family, I'm gonna make sticky buns.
Thank God.
Maybe I'll make enough for my family too. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Maybe.
Maybe. Look, if I know my mom and my grandma, there's already enough baking.
Yeah, fair.
Whereas with
I just...
the captain's family, I'm still in that, like, I need to impress them stage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that with my family. That's so shitty. I don't know.
They already know.
They already know what I'm like. I don't need to impress them.
I can't prove anything to you.
Yeah.
Spent most of my life here. You know what I'm about. Nah, I get that. I'm definitely like that. Alright, they better like what I'm bringing.
I think I probably would make some for my family too. If I wasn't making 2 dozen cookies tonight.
Oh jeez.
Like, I'm planning on making sticky buns first thing Saturday morning. And then we've got dinner with his family in the evening.
I don't think I could do 2, like, holiday dinner events or holiday meal events in one day.
Oh god, no. No, it's... My family's on Sunday, his family's on Saturday.
Right, even then, that's very close together.
And this isn't me talking ill on my family.
Mm-hmm.
I know his will feel more traditional, and mine will feel more like, okay, we're gonna have a nice dinner while my grandparents are there, and then once they go home, we're just gonna drink and hang out.
Right. It's gonna be more of like the relaxed occasion.
Yeah, because like, you know, it's... his thing is like, the captain's family is like, you know, his dad, his sister, his brother, their partners and their kids. Whereas with my family, it's like my mom, my stepdad, the captain, me, my one stepsister, because she's the only one of my siblings that can make it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 2 of them live in a different province, and the other just can't get work off.
Right.
And then, like, my grandparents. So, you know, when it's just us younger ones, and my mom and stepdad, it's a lot more of a difference.
It tends to be more of just like a hangout rather than
yeah. And
I get the traditional family meal.
That's a lot of what my family is anyways. Like, we're very much
Untraditional.
Yeah. You know,
That's
like,
fair.
our family
No, I get-
gatherings are mostly everyone's pretty drunk, just talking to whoever happens to be closest to them at that time.
I get that entirely.
And
Uh,
shit like that.
For my dad's side of the family, at least, like, I would like to visit my mom for a holiday, but she lives halfway across the U.S.,
Oh, jeez, yeah.
and that's just not all that plausible. And as far as my dad's side goes, there's a lot of people we don't really want to talk to. My uncle is great guy. None of us can stand his wife. I don't know how his kids are now, but I'm sure they're fine. My grandparents, they live in like the rural ass end of nowhere part of the state. So, and they're very old. I think my grandma's had more than one hip surgery, and my grandpa's had multiple open heart surgeries. So it's just hard for them to travel in general.
Yeah, which is fair.
So, a lot of what holidays end up being is, and my stepmom also has a son, but he's very much like not around a lot, and she never really knows what he's doing. So most of like holidays I spend with my partner and his family, because the way they live, it's his siblings, his mom, and his stepdad, and his grandparents on his mom's side. So they're all there in one house already. And a lot of family, it's a big place, so a lot of family just gathers there.
Yeah. Which that makes sense.
And it just makes it way easier for them to host stuff rather than me going over to my dad's place and just being him and my stepmom and maybe my sister, though probably not for a little while because she's now in Montana. She's a good, I think, 18-hour drive away.
Yeah, like,
At least the place that she is.
I don't
she's
do anything with my dad's side of the family. Most of them live out of the province, and there's maybe 2 I'd actually want to see.
Right.
So that just never happens.
I definitely get that feeling.
Yeah, the captain's, like, his family is mostly just his dad, his aunt, and his siblings and their respective families. So it's easy to gather, like, at their childhood home, because that's where most of them grew up.
Yeah.
And they're all in the province and relatively nearby. Both my sisters, my birth sisters, are in Ontario. So, like, the little ways over. And then just, you know, flying out for something like Thanksgiving doesn't make sense when Christmas is right around the corner.
Right. Yeah, it always makes more sense for Christmas to be the big meetup because it always feels like the more, you know, family-oriented event.
Yeah, exactly. And then my step-siblings are both in the same city I am in. One of them has, like, shift work, so he just can't get Sunday off. The
Right.
other has weekends off like I do, so it was fine for her. Both my grandparents are in the same city. My mom and my stepdad are in or same town.
That makes things easy.
Yeah, so it just kind of makes sense to do stuff there.
Oh yeah, I just remembered. Make sure to sell all the treasures you're getting from these raids.
I have not
We can also.
been able to kill like any of these 4 stars, and it's making me a little pissed.
Oh no.
I have tried this Fire Masquerain now 3 times. It's just a fucking masquerain. I just
It should
don't
be
have
easy.
anything
What?
good to deal with fire.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You don't have a ground type, do you either?
I mean, I do. It's just he's level 29, and that's
Oh,
the
yeah,
shiny,
you'd have to-
shiny
the shiny
Dawn
Dawn
fan.
fan. Blonde fan. Well, hopefully you're still at least getting some good candies out of any of the 3 or 2s that you've been hitting.
I've been getting a few rare candies, so that helps.
Yeah.
Because that's just free level right
Full
there.
level.
I did notice it's almost at the 2-hour mark, though.
Yeah, I'm taking a pause and selling all this junk, see how much money I make.
And I do have cookies to bake, so... Well, I would love to
yes.
go for longer. I do.
Probably have to call it here soon.
I do have cookies to bake. Although, again, I don't even know if I'll have work tomorrow, depending on if there's still power in that area. I have not checked since.
Is it like the kind of hope not, but also...
It's like, I don't want to put in all this effort for nothing,
I mean, better safe than sorry, I guess.
but... Well, I mean, worst comes to. I just bring it to one of the Thanksgivings I'm going to.
Right.
Death, hello! Hi! Yeah, you came in at like a terrible time where it's just pure white on the screen. Why are you screaming about your eyes though? Is that like a raid message that had to do with what you were streaming today? What were you streaming today? I don't even know what you were streaming today. Also, I'm really gonna have to start just telling you guys not to do quick shoutouts while I'm in the middle of raids. Because this is the worst. I can't see a goddamn thing. This one's only at 2 stars, so it's fine, but...
Yeah.
Death, thank
And
you
a
for
4 star,
resubbing.
the stakes are a bit higher.
Yeah, a little bit. What were you doing for stream today? I don't even know.
Oh yes, I could buy 4 restore. Oh, okay, I've been able to. And
Hello,
more.
hello, though, folks. If you don't know me, then what the fuck are you doing? I mean, I'm just kidding.
What are you doing? Oh, ghost.
But I'm Apple. I'm your friendly neighborhood goblin druid. I play indie games. I play way too much Pokemon, like way more than I feasibly should. I should honestly just rebrand to a Pokemon streamer at this point. Honestly, I think I'd be pretty happy with that life. But yeah, mostly I just like to hang out and do things that are fun to me, whatever that happens to be. And also, like, oh no, help people relax from the craziness of life. And also do Nuzlocke, because I hate myself. And that's where my good friend Aimless here comes in.
Woo!
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Hi, Amos.
That's it. That's the intro.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah.
I love it. Commitment to the bit.
I do a lot of variety, whatever I feel like, for the most part. Currently, it's been Pokemon Nuzlocke. Currently in the middle of a randomizer. We're kind of on a guerrilla stream week because my lazy ass did not make a schedule, so we're just kind of winging it. Tomorrow I am going to be continuing FPS Friday, more Halo 2. Like my second, it's a close third favorite Halo game. But once we finish that up, we're going to continue on playing them all in chronological order.
Hell yeah.
Other than that, yeah, just relaxing stuff.
Death, I mean, that's probably honestly the most accurate description of me anyone has ever given. Watch as Babel claims to play comfy, cozy games and then takes the chillest game and makes it unnecessarily stressful.
Yeah, makes sense.
Why would we just play Pokemon Stadium 2 when instead we could torture ourselves during it? Why would I just play something like... I'm trying to think of other games I've done this to. I mean, just any Pokemon game, but...
Yeah. I play Pokemon, a game designed to be played by children, and turn it up to 11.
Clay Moon, I was literally talking about this earlier, but let me tell you about a fucking indie game. So, my current hyper obsession and game that I will be streaming tomorrow, for those who you know want me to come watch. My current hyper obsession is Sticky Business. It's a game by Spell Garden Games, and it's a game where you just run a really cute sticker shop. So all you do is you make stickers, and that's it. That's the game. You make stickers, you sell stickers, you print stickers, you send those stickers to people who request them. The game basically throws at you a bunch of little stickers that you can kind of combine to make bigger stickers. And it's delightful. I don't need to think about it at all. I can just make stickers.
It just works.
And apparently there's Twitch integration, and I'm not entirely sure how it works. From what I'm read, you guys can like request different stickers and stuff. I don't quite know how Twitch integration for it works, but we're gonna try and find out tomorrow. Sticky Business, yes. I know Canadian, it's like $13 bucks. I don't know how much it is USD. But
it probably translates to something similar.
I don't know about that. Sometimes it's similar. Sometimes you guys get games for way cheaper. It pisses me off.
Yeah, I don't know which is stronger right now. Okay. Well, I've got 3 up to level 63.
Yeah, I was gonna do like 1 or 2 more raids. I've got 2 ground ones right back to back.
I just did a whole bunch of them and then saved up the candies and just started pumping them in, so... now I'm using feathers. Let's see who gets what.
Oh yeah, I should do some feather specking as well. Also, Death, look at what happened today. Look, I found a shiny. I was so excited. I haven't found a wild shiny in this game at all. Or not even a wild shiny, just a shiny at all in this game. And like, Amos and I were in the middle of talking, and it was just like, wah! Shiny! I'm so glad it was one that was actually noticeable. Instead of like...
Right.
Because I've told you, that's like my weirdest big fear in this game.
Just passing by a shiny on accident because it looks so much like some other thing.
Yeah, like just accidentally stumbling upon a shiny and having no idea.
Like freaking Gibble and Gibite and whatnot.
Clay, you redeemed forced me to compliment myself. I think I also got that earlier and just accidentally
Ignored it.
ignored it. Like, I think that happened at the beginning of the stream. Yeah, it was from Shooty. And there was also a compliment me in there. So Shooty, if you're here, my compliment to you is that you're legitimately like a really, really good friend, and I just genuinely appreciate you and the kind things you say and do, and you're just really, really lovely, and I hope you know that. Okay, as for compliments for myself, number one is that I've been getting a lot of comments from my coworkers, just how naturally, like, I'm adjusting to the new job and, you know,
Yeah.
the connections I'm already forming with these kids. And, you know, just, that feels really good. To kind of know that I just have a natural aptitude for working with kids. Number two, I got asked to organize a big event on behalf of a decently sized organization come February. I've organized stuff for them in the past, but the last time I did it was kind of like there's two coordinators usually for this event, so it was me and like someone that actually knew what they were doing. Whereas this time it's like they're like, hey, we want you to be the one who knows what you're doing, and we'll give you someone who's never done this before.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh, okay, that's a lot of pressure, but also, like, just feels really good to know that I'm, you know, considered responsible and organized enough. And just capable enough to run something like this without fucking it up.
Right.
So, that's pretty cool.
Trying to think. Give.
Death redeemed compliment me. Death, my compliment to you, I don't feel like I should say on stream, because I don't think I should be, giving information about the VTuber awards away. But there is a category I wanted to nominate you for, and someone else already did. And that's all I'm gonna say. Oh, you want me to compliment Aimless? Well, you got a free one, too. My compliment to Aimless is that Aimless is legitimately just lovely to vibe with. Like, I just seriously enjoy us just talking. And, well,
Yeah.
of course, the actual, like, Nuzlocke is stressful and crazy and fun in its own right. Shit like this, where it's just us, like, grinding for an extended period of time, is honestly the best, because I love talking with you.
Chill and relaxing. And that's the vibe I go for.
That is my plug with my compliment to death, though, of, hey, did you guys know I'm hosting a VTuber award show?
Yeah, hey, go do that.
If you didn't, you should check that out. I've got now 6 categories out of the 25 open for nominations.
Getting a decent amount of nominations for those? Or some more than others?
Some more than others. There are some that I do wish more people would nominate folks for. I'm also...
I imagine a couple of them are a little trickier.
Yeah, like, there's one category in particular that currently only has one nominee.
You're waiting until, what, like December for this?
Voting is gonna start opening come November. December is when the actual awards are happening.
Still got plenty of time.
Oh yeah.
Plenty of time.
But, if you guys want to spread the word, nominate folks that you know, or encourage your friends, your followers, your whatever to nominate folks as well. Please do, because that's just appreciated. What qualifies as a small streamer? Okay, so that's an interesting question, because that's something that I haven't quite figured out myself. I have a committee that I'm going to be assembling over the course of the next little bit that are essentially going to act as my my nominations and just behind the scenes committee.
Right.
And basically whatever we as a team agree is too big. Like, obviously, if you are going to nominate someone like fucking Iron Mouse,
yeah, that's gonna be a no.
that's gonna be a no. However, I know people who are like, you know, YouTube partners, who I would still classify, or not YouTube partners, Twitch partners, who I would still classify as small streamers. So, it's kind of, your
You have to set your own
discretion.
limits.
I'm trusting the judgment of people nominating. I think the biggest I've had so far, nominations-wise, was still, I'd consider them small.
Alright, fair enough. Yeah. Alright. Whenever you're ready, I'm good to call it. 'Cause
Yeah,
know
I was gonna beat up the swell up and then pump my candies in and go.
Yeah, I've pretty much drained all the good
I don't-
words on my end.
I don't even know if you need a Twitter account, like, you should be able to just view my tweets and click on the forums and nominate folks from there.
Yeah, as long as you can view them, the forums aren't relegated to Twitter.
And if you need them, I am the one who created it. I can send them to you separately if you just DM me on Discord or something.
Are they posted in the Discord?
I've been posting them in mine.
The category files? Or the links specifically to the categories? Because if not, that might be a good idea.
Yeah, I've been, I know, sharing the tweets every single time, but I should just, like, make a pinned, like, oh, here's all the different things. Yeah. Actually, that's a smart idea. reminder
Yeah.
to do that once this is done. But yeah, more nominations is just fun. And I'm getting pleasantly surprised by people who are getting nominated. Like, I thought it would be, and it is in some cases, like a lot of people just nominating their friends.
Right.
But I do think there hasn't been a nomination thus far. Granted, there's some people that I'm not familiar with. But there hasn't been a nomination thus far that I'm like, yeah, I don't think this person should be nominated for this. You know?
Or, okay, so it just didn't make sense.
Yeah,
None of
like,
them that haven't made sense.
you know, if you're going to, these categories aren't available yet, but I did post the category list on Twitter ages ago, so if you guys didn't see that, that's on you. But, you know, I have categories that are just like tallest and smallest, or tallest and shortest, I think. And it's like, okay, if you're nominating a giantess VTuber for shortest, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
There hasn't been anything like that. Every single nomination that I have looked into already, or I'm already aware of the streamer, has been like, yeah, no, I'm happy that you got nominated because this makes sense.
Right.
And yeah, there's quite a few that I'm like, oh, I'm very pleasantly surprised that this person got nominated. I wouldn't have expected them to get nominated for this thing, but I think that actually makes sense.
Oddly fitting.
Yeah, which I love. Although, I do need to call out, because I am considering the nomination null and void, considering I don't think me, as the organizer, should be allowed to be nominated for anything.
Yeah, understandable.
So, Caitlin...
Can't nominate the host.
Caitlin, should you watch this, while your nomination for cutest couple of me and the captain made me smile a lot, it was very, very sweet. Unfortunately, it won't count. Especially because the captain doesn't even stream. It's just me. Like...
He's just an extra character.
He's
just kind of there.
He's just here with me on occasion. Okay. I have saved the game. We should throw a raid over to someone.
Yes. Ooh.
Also, folks, if you haven't, make sure to send some love over to Aimless. I don't know if I've shouted out Aimless at all this stream, and I feel bad for that, but Aimless is lovely. We love Aimless.
Oh, thank you. Alright, I got Sprig, Stove, Sipco, Gabby, Aaron, Man Wookie. What about you?
Oh, I mean, I always have a million folks.
What the hell? Okay. Alright. Beppis, thank you for the raid. We're just about to raid somebody else.
Who raided you?
Your waifu Beppis.
Oh! Oh no!
You?
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
friend!
Sorry, Beppis. We're gonna take that, we're gonna load it up, and we're gonna shoot it at someone else.
We'll send the love in someone else's direction.
You spy anyone in particular?
We could raid Sipco.
Okay. Doing some Zolder.
Yeah, so she's playing some Twilight Princess.
So that's cute.
If y'all don't know Sipco, the lovely folks, Tweak the Kobold or Tweak the Goblin and Soot the Kobold, oh my god, are so lovely. They are incredibly talented streamers who are just hilarious together, and, you know, really good people to boot. So we are going to join Soot for some Twilight Princess.
Thank you, Peppus. Thank you for the raid. Always a pleasure to see you. Hope you all have fun hanging out with them.
As for myself, tomorrow, friends, I'm going to be playing some Sticky Business. We're going to figure out how Twitch integration works. And we're just going to have a cozy time where we're just mostly going to chat while I make stickers. And it's going to be great. And I look forward to it. Genuinely.
For me, tomorrow, looking at around 12 p.m. Pacific. More FPS Friday, Halo 2. We're going to see how much further we can get, because last time it was hard.
Alright, friends. Send
Have a
some
good
love. Bye-bye. And yes, Maxwell,
Bye-bye.
we did have fun. Bye!